My pleasure this evening to introduce Tom Saggiomo, this year's recipient of the Power of Communications Award for Printing. I'd like to personally congratulate Howard Draft, Kit Taylor, Paul Nicholson, and Dwight Vicks on being honored this evening. The Franklin event is always a great evening to get together and network with our friends and business associates. There are many words that describe Tom Saggiomo: businessman, industry leader, chef, and family man. Tom is president and CEO of the DG3 Group, a leader in environmental responsibility, providing communication solutions to strategic geographic markets including New York, London, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Sydney, and Manila. And we would all like to have Tom's frequent flyer miles. Prior to joining DG3, Tom served as president and CEO of Agfa Graphics North American Division, where, in addition to many initiatives around offset consumables, he led the launch of Agfa into digital and wide format inkjet printing. Prior to Agfa, he was president and CEO of Lustra America, and in addition, he's held senior management positions at Kodak, Hearst, and Polychrome. Tom loves to cook and entertain. He's quite a chef. My wife Hetty and I have had the pleasure of many a wonderful meal created by Chef Tom, and we always appreciate that. I also understand that there's a new gourmet kitchen maybe in the works, and we look forward to many more wonderful meals, Tom, and maybe he'll invite all of you for dinner one night as well. So. Anyway, as a graphic communications industry leader, Tom has given a lot back to our industry. He has served on the boards of, he's currently serving on the board of New York University Graphic Communications Management and Technology Program, and NAPL, the National Association for Print Leadership. He's a past chairman of the board of NPES, Graphic Arts Show Company, and the Graphic Arts Education and Research, Foundation. Of all the words that come to mind when I think of Tom, family man comes first. Tom and his wife Margaret, and family sitting over here, really personify family comes first. And they are totally dedicated to their daughters Elisa and Lara, sons-in-law Bruce and Rob, and their 5 grandchildren. On most weekends, Tom and Margaret are either in Connecticut or Maryland, spending time with their children and grandchildren. And Hetty and I are honored to be members of the Saggiomo extended family, and we really appreciate that. Tom, please come forward and accept the 2012 Power Communications Award for Printing.
Thank you very much. So I have prepared comments, but Howard, the first thing I have to say is I'm not going to be so humble. You fell on the sword quite nicely, so thank you very much. And Gary, a comment about the kitchen, and my wife is going to love this. We had a contractor come in to redo the kitchen, and the contractor said, "This is a wonderful kitchen. You're not throwing all this stuff away, are you?" But we will move forward with the kitchen. There's a message there, right? There's an underlying message. Anyway, it's always an honor to be recognized by your peers. So for that, I thank you. Before I get into some brief remarks, I'd like to do some recognizing of my own. And so first, the ladies in my life, my lovely wife, Margaret. My 2 beautiful daughters, Elisa and Lara. These guys have been enthusiastic, supportive, patient throughout my business career. So thanks so much. So next to Marty and Brenda, the co-chairs of Franklin, and to the entire Franklin committee, thank you very much. To my colleagues at DG3, it's a pleasure working together with you guys. To our DG3 clients. And Rebecca, I told you I would call you out. Thank you very much for coming. And finally, to all of you, the graphic arts industry. Over the past 40 somewhat years, I've had the pleasure of working side by side with so many of you, and it has truly been my pleasure. So thank you so much. So Marty tells me I have but 3 minutes, and I've just burned 2.5, Marty, so I'm going to keep going. Before I get into some brief remarks, I'm going to look a bit over my shoulder, but more importantly, to the future. So my career in graphic arts began, believe it or not, in 1969, a long time ago, at a very modest-sized printing operation right here in Manhattan called Rialto Printing. I worked 4 hours a night for $4 an hour, and that was after studies at what is today New York, it's City Tech, New York City Technical College. For 37 of my 40 somewhat years in the business, I worked on the supplier side. You heard the list, almost 20 years at Polychrome. Where's Jeff? We always talk about it. On the supplier side, really supporting the printing community. So as I moved up the leadership ladder, I would hear these incredible stories about crazy competitors doing crazy deals. And so some of them I believed, but many of them I wasn't buying. It seemed that the salespeople were never really outsold. It was just the competition is crazy. So now, for the last 4 years, as the CEO of DG3, I found the secret. I know the answer. And the answer is, all those crazy deals, it's all true. It's all true. It's all true. So my apologies to the salespeople that I doubted, and hooray for the free market. And so it is today. We are all feeling the effect, and we hear about the effects of the free market at work. Print, with all of its sensory benefits, I mean, its touch, its smell, it's portable. It is changing. It is changing. So it'll never go away, and Howard, I absolutely agree with you. Print will be with us forever. However, it is wrong for us as an industry to deny that the way we are communicating is changing and will continue to change. Think back, here's a scary number, think back 40 or 50 years, and yes, I can think back 40 years. Think about some of the technology that we used. I remember making color separations with an enlarger and panchromatic film. Incredible. And today, you can do it on a laptop. Think about proofing. Overlay color proofing, 3M color key. It was the only thing we had. Amazing. And more recently, think about making a lithoplate with film. Now, it's true that some of these technologies are still with us, but by and large, they're gone. What's happened is creativity, energy, innovation have really transformed the way we look at producing print. And it's just okay. It's just the way the world is. Things change. Today, and Howard alluded to it, the market for print in the US is $80 billion. It's huge. But it wasn't so many years ago that it was much larger. I speak about two headwinds in our industry. The first one is the economy, and even though it's still dark out there, it will get better. Believe it or not, it will get better. When and by how much is a mystery. We don't know. But the second headwind is the more difficult one. It's sustained, and it is called technology. So whether it is a mobile application or another digital application, it is in fact changing the way we communicate. So for me, we need to accept and embrace and then figure out how to deal with this change in communications. The prescription is not an easy one, but there is a prescription. So we need to employ the energy, the creativity, and the intelligence of the some 30,000 people that are employed in our industry. We need to find better ways of creating value for our clients. And by the way, it can't be, we can do it cheaper and we can do it faster. That's just not going to do it, right? So this is heavy lifting. This is not an easy task. There'll be bumps along the way. We all hear about industry restructuring and mergers. That's real, and it's going to happen. It's to be expected. So, Marty, I'm not sure, but maybe 5 minutes. I've overstepped my time. However, I wanted to share my opinion about the evolution of a really great industry that I've enjoyed working in for many years, and more importantly, my opinion about the great people in the industry. So thank you so much.